So tonight we're going to play with the Thrive tomato powder and show you how versatile this amazing stuff is. First thing Ed's going to do is mix up some tomato paste. And you can mix it up for whatever quantity you want. So just for demonstration purposes, we're only going to do a tablespoon of the powder. So it's 1 tablespoon, it's 1 to 2, so it's 1 tablespoon of the powder to 2 tablespoons of water. Which is nice, so you can make as much as you want. I now avoid, or until now have avoided recipes that use tomato paste because I'd always find the can in the back of the fridge with green furry covering on it, because I'm not one of those organized people that actually, you know, when it's done, put it into ice cube trays and freeze it for the next time I might use it. I'm just not that good. So it doesn't take long. Mixes up quick and easy, and when we're done this I'll show you a picture of the and you can mix it. If you find it's too thick and you don't want it that thick, you can add a little bit more water so you can have it to whatever taste you want. Did you put 2 tablespoons?
Yep.
Alright.
Just a little bit more.
Okay. To give it a really nice tomato paste consistency.
Oh, very much so.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hi, Tor. So that's how easy it is to make tomato paste. And like I said, you can make it in whatever quantity you need so that you're never wasting any of it. You won't find the can in the back of the fridge with the green furry covering on it. So the next one we're going to do is the tomato juice. So and it's a 1 to 6. So if you're making it full of big quantity, if you have lots of company coming over for Bloody Marys, you would use 1 cup of powder and 6 cups of water. So we've got 1.5 cups of water in our cute little Tupperware shaker, so we only need 1/4 cup of powder. 1/4 cup of powder.
You fibbed to me that I wouldn't need my glasses.
Well, it's not my fault. You can't read it. We'll have to write it on there in Sharpie markers so it's really visible so you can see. So yeah, so 1.5 cups of water and 1/4 cup of the tomato powder. And I couldn't find my nice new Tupperware shaker because my granddaughter Saria has absconded with it and hid it somewhere in the house. So we're going to use the old-fashioned one.
Well, the old-fashioned works well.
Oh, most definitely. And then you can stir it up, or we're going to just use it up and do it in the shaker. And the best thing about this is you can make as little or as much as you want. And I think, are you going to add a little, we're going to spice it up a little with a little bit of the Epicure wasabi and ginger mix, seasoning mix, just to give it a little bit of a kick. This is one of Ed's favorites, but I said I would try it and see how it tastes.
Yeah, a lot of people are stuck on having their green smoothies. This definitely livens things up with your own tomato juice.
And the same thing, you only make as much as you need so you're not wasting anything at all. So
and you can sweeten it the way you want to.
Yeah, you can add a little bit of sugar if you need. You can add some salt and pepper to it. Whatever you want to do to make it your own. You going to try it?
Of course.
I hope so. Cheers!
Oh, and that's super sweet like some of the other stuff.
Yeah, and if you want to make it a little bit thinner, you can add a little bit more water. However you want to do it. Okay, you don't get to drink it all now. You got to go on to the next thing. So the third thing you can do with the tomato powder is you can make tomato sauce. So we wanted to make a barbecue sauce for the leftover pork. So it is a 1 to 4 ratio. So it would be, if you're making a big batch, it would be 1 cup of powder to 4 cups of water. So we're going to make half batch. So it's we've got 1/2 cup of powder.
And that's the 1/2 cup.
Yep. 1/2 cup of the powder, and then we're just going to add 2 cups of the water to it. So you can use this as a base for barbecue sauce, you can use it as a base for ketchup, you can use it as a base for a pasta sauce. Yeah, hold that up for a sec, actually. That is the
Oxygen absorber.
oxygen absorber, and you always keep that in your tin just to keep the moisture from ruining your freeze-dried products. But
So 1
don't
cup?
ever eat it half a cup.
Half a cup.
Half a cup of powder. Yeah, that's a half a cup.
Yeah.
Half a cup of powder, and then 2 cups of water, because we're going to make a half a batch. Because we definitely do not need 5 cups
Yeah,
of sauce
2
for a
cups of
barbecue
water.
sauce.
This-
It's actually 2 cups, yeah. And that's how easy it is to make up a tomato sauce. If you want to do a pasta sauce, then you can start throwing in things like ground beef or onions, celery, whatever you want, Parmesan cheese. You can throw in whatever you like to make your sauce individual. I will post a link after this to a Thrive sauce recipe. We're going to use up the rest of the paste and throw it into the sauce as well. We might have to add a little bit more water. So the next thing Ed's going to do, I think we're going to have a honey garlic barbecue sauce. So I did grate up some fresh garlic, but Epicure does have a really nice minced garlic if you don't have fresh garlic on hand. And we're going to mix up some of the Thrive honey crystals. So we've got half a cup of the crystals. They have a 25-year shelf life when the tin is unopened, and once the tin is opened, they'll last for a year. They're great to take if you like honey in your tea, you can take a little package with you, a little Ziploc bag with you when you're out and about, so you always have it with you. And all you just do is add about 1 tablespoon of hot water to those crystals. Yeah, just throw in a tablespoon.
Might need the spoon.
You might need the tablespoon, yeah. And hot water, and you're actually supposed to microwave it until it gets rid of all the crystals, but this is like boiling water from the kettle, so it shouldn't be too bad. And the longer you let it sit, the more it'll thicken up, and it'll actually come to become a consistency where you can actually spread it on toast. Want a spoon?
I've got a fork.
That'll work. So yeah, so basically we're just going to use the basic tomato sauce. Ed's going to throw in some of the honey. We're going to throw in some fresh grated garlic.
I'll put the garlic in now.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Right into the honey. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Have some honey, honey. And yeah, we're going to try and do something new every week. So if you're in the neighborhood when we're doing this, you're more than welcome to stop by and taste anything we're making. I don't have a problem with that. It's all amazing stuff. You wouldn't believe how much it tastes exactly like real food, no matter what anybody thinks. Freeze-dried can still taste like fresh. So yeah, so we got some honey and some garlic in our tomato sauce. And I think Ed's going to throw in a few other goodies. I think we have some chili powder and some, I've been hoarding my,
chili powder.
yeah, a little chili powder, and I've been hoarding my Epicure cheese and jalapeno dip mix, so he's going to throw some of that in. And then basically we have some leftover pork roast that we're going to put into the barbecue sauce for dinner tonight. But it only takes like not even minutes to throw together a sauce.
I'm not making too much noise, am I?
I have no idea. I won't know until I watch it when it's done. And is that everything you need to put in there?
Yeah, that's everything. Unless you want to add some more spices of your own, like even cayenne would bring up the heat.
Yeah.
For those inclined, a little booze works too.
Yeah, throw in a little Jack Daniels for anybody that wants some in their barbecue sauce. So
I wish I had Lee Perrins, but we ran out of Worcestershire sauce.
you'll survive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there isn't actually a recipe for this, because at our house most of the cooking involves sort of throw in what we have, which is one of the other reasons that I really like having the Thrive on hand. is because you can throw in a handful of onions, a couple of cups of mushrooms, whatever you've got hanging around. So the tomato powder does have an 8-year shelf life, so it is not one that will last for 25 years, but once it's opened, it will last for a year on the shelf. And I've never actually written the date I've opened it because I've never kept it for a whole year. We use it up before the year is up. And that's a pantry size tin, and you can also get it in larger tins, but for us, the pantry size is just perfect. So yeah, any comments you want to make, any information you want, I will post the label from the can of the tomatoes, because the only ingredient in that tomato powder is tomatoes. There's nothing else, which I find is amazing.
And if there's a flood, there's no surprises.
Yeah, it does tell you on the bottom of the can exactly what's in it if the label comes off when your food storage gets a little damp. So thanks so much for watching, or watching it later, depending on what works for you. And we're going to do another one of these next week. If anybody has any ideas of what they'd like to see, please let me know. Thanks.